Hello, myself Ashavardhani. I am from National Engineering College, Koilpeti, and my teammate is Zena Anuri. This internship was extremely valuable because it gave us the real hands-on experience with full stack development. Instead of just learning concepts theoretically, we have actually worked on building a real features using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and the Mernstack. So it helped us understand how the real-world projects are developed from the start to finish. Homely Hub. A Homely Hub is a full stack accommodation booking platform built using the Merge stack. The main idea behind the Homely Hub is to create a modern, user friendly system where the travelers can search for different types of stays, such as rooms, homes, and villas, and book them easily and securely. This project helped us understand how large scale applications are built in the real world using JavaScript technologies. So, I'll be explaining the role of each technology and how they come together to form the complete working system. So this roadmap shows the structure of our presentation. I'll start by explaining the foundation of every website, which is HTML. Then I'll move to the CSS, which handles design and responsiveness. Next, I'll discuss the JavaScript, which adds interactivity and dynamic functionality to the web pages. Once the fundamentals are covered, I'll move to the Mern stack, which is the main technology behind our project. And after understanding the technologies, I'll walk you through the home hub features, design decisions, and how the architecture work behind all these designs. So at last, I'll conclude with outcomes and what we have learned from the entire experience. So moving on to the HTML. HTML, or the hypertext markup language, is the foundation of every web page we see on the internet. So it defines the skeleton or the structure of the page, like where the readings go, where the images appear, and how the content is arranged and how the page flows. So the HTML is not a programming language. Instead, it uses markup or tags to organize and display content. So without HTML, browsers would not know how to display text, images, videos, or links. So in short, the HTML acts like a blueprint of a house. It gives a structure before anything else is added. Now I'll explain some essential HTML tags. So the HTML tag wraps the entire document. So inside it there will be a head tag and body tag. So the head tag contains metadata like a page title, links to the external CSS files, scripts, and the SEO related information. And the body tag contains everything visible on the web page like text, images, links, buttons, and so on. And other important content tags include H1 to H2 for heading of a different importance, and P for paragraphs, A for hyperlinks. A is an anchor element, and IMG for images. So these tags form the basic building blocks for the structuring any web page. And moving on to the advanced HTML tags. So as websites become more complex, adds the new semantic and layout tags to improve the readability and structure. So the div tag is used as a block container for grouping large sections, and the span is used for styling small parts of text, and the session groups the related content meaningfully, and the nav defines the navigation areas like menus. So the media and the form tags also add powerful capabilities like video embeds video content directly, and the form creates interactive forms, and the input collects data such as email, password, or text, and the button tag lets the user trigger actions. So these tags help creative interactivity and organize the pages. And next, moving on to the CSS. So the CSS, or cascading style sheets, is what makes a website visually appealing. So while the HTML sets the structure, the CSS controls the design. So everything from the colors and the fonts to spacing and layout. So the CSS makes web pages responsive, which means they are just based on the screen size. So this ensures good usability whether you are using a laptop, tablet, or mobile. And modern CSS also introduced tools like media, queries, flexbox, and grid system, allowing developers to build clean, attractive, and flexible layouts. Next is key CSS properties. So the CSS properties allows us to control every part of the design. Typography is controlled using color, font size, and text align. Spacing uses margin and padding, which defines distance around and inside the elements. And the borders helps to outline the components. So the flexbox and grid are powerful layout tools. Flexbox handles one D layouts, perfect for aligning elements horizontally or vertically, and the grid handles the 2D layouts, making it easier to design entire page structures. So the background properties like background color and the background image helps to create a modern and visually appealing interfaces. And next is the targeting elements, that is the CSS selectors. So the selectors determine which HTML elements will be styled. There are multiple types. So element selector target all the tags of a certain type, paragraph elements P, and class selectors target elements with a class name meaningful for usable reusable styling, and the IT selectors target a specific element uniquely. The universal selector applies a styling to all the elements on a page, and the distant selectors apply styles only to elements inside another element. So the selectors allow developers to control styling with precision and structure. Moving on to the JavaScript, JavaScript adds interactivity and dynamic behavior to other static web pages. With JavaScript, pages can respond to user actions like clicks, input, typing, or form submissions. So it updates page content without reloading, making web experience smoother. So JavaScript also handles logic computations, animations, and communication without the backend servers. So nearly all modern web applications rely heavily on the JavaScript for creating interactivity user experiences. So next is key features enabled by JavaScript. So JavaScript enables many powerful features. It can show or hide elements dynamically. For example, drop-down menus or pop-ups. So it validates form inputs, ensuring correct data is entered, and it can change the CSS styling instantly to provide the real-time user feedback. So it also communicates with backend servers using APIs. For example, in Homely Hub, the JavaScript features property listings from the database and displays them instantly on the screen. So this ability to work with the live data is what makes the modern web application feel fast and interactive. Next is the JavaScript syntax essentials. So understanding the JavaScript starts with the knowing its basic syntax. First is variables. Let var const. So these stores the value for the later use, and functions group reusable code together and perform specific tasks. Conditions like if and else allow direction making based on the user actions, and the loop such as for and while repeat task efficiently, and arrays and objects allow storing complex structured data. So these building blocks form a logic behind every interactive feature. So next is moving on to the Mernstack. So the Mernstack is a combination of four powerful JavaScript-based technologies: MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js. So the biggest advantage of Mern is that it uses the JavaScript throughout the entire application, both front end and back end. So this makes development faster and more consistent. So the Mern is widely used for modern, scalable, and fast web application like booking systems, dashboards, and e-commerce apps, and more. So next is moving on to the MERN components, databases, and backend. Uh, so the MongoDB is a NoSQL document database that stores data in a flexible format. It is ideal for applications like a Homely Hub because it works well with dynamic data such as a user profile, properties, booking details, and reviews. So the Express.js provides a backend routing and server logic. The Node.js executes the JavaScript on the server, allowing a high speed processing and handling a multiple requests efficiently. So together they form the backend engine of the project. Next we'll see about the MERN components, front end and state management. So the React.js handles the entire front end of the application. It uses a component based structure, meaning the UI is broken into small reusable parts like search bars, property cards, booking forms, etc. So this makes the design cleaner and easier to maintain. So the Redux is added for statement management. It stores the shared information. For example, the logged in users data, selected dates, and booking details. This ensures a consistent and stable user experience. So next we'll see about the Homely Hub platform. So the Homely Hub is designed to make the travel accommodation booking simple and smoother. So users can browse through the wide variety of properties with photos, descriptions, and prices. The booking process is easy with no options. So with options to search by location, filter results, and check availability. So the host can also list their properties by uploading images and providing details, making the platform more beneficial for both the travelers and the property owners. So next we'll see about the Homely Hub, which is like seamless, secure, and scalable. The main focus of the Homely Hub is user experience. So the booking system is intuitive and guides the user step by step. Security is maintained throughout, especially during login, sign up, and payment process. So the interface is responsive, and adjusts smoothly to different screen size. So because it's built on the Mernstack, the platform is scalable and can support feature enhancements and higher traffic.
I am Nori, and I'm going to talk about the rest of the PPT. So, the core features of our Homely Hub app. There are six features. They are user authentication, property listing, payment integration, search and filters, booking system, and responsive design. So, in user authentication, we have two main modules, that is sign up and login. So, users can seamlessly sign in newly or into their existing accounts by storing their credentials in MongoDB. Then for property listing, we display the available properties to the customer so that they can pick and choose as per their decision. For payment integration, we have a seamless setup where the user can just click pay and it is paying. For search and filters, currently we have three type of filtering. Firstly, it is cost based filtering. So based on the cost, the client can see what are the available listings. Then we have based on location. So if you search for a particular location, we can see the available listings for that. Thirdly, it is based on the type of listing you want. So let's say we have apartment or then a villa, cottage. So based on the type of uh, like booking they want to do, they can search based on the type of the stay. So the booking system is very easy. So we have mainly three parts. So when we check into a particular, let's say, listing or a resort, then we have to just pick the start date, end date, and the number of guests staying there. It is going to automatically generate the bill for you, and the design is very responsive. Easily we can integrate and work with it. So detailed breakdown. So authentication and the personalized profile updates. This is where when once you log in with a username, it is going to show you that username and hello user, like that is going to be there for you. And these are the three type of search listing as discussed below. So for booking and payment, it is very easy. Like the online transaction, even without occurring, it is going to just be like, okay, you've paid in that. User profile, we can see our details in there. So the architecture, Mernstack concept includes mainly four types of application. MongoDB, non-structured storage of data. Express.js to take the APIs and implement it easily. React is for our completely dynamic interactive front end, and Node.js is for to run your backend within the least amount of time possible, like to ensure that all of it is very fast and useful. So, yeah, as said below, these are our transformation impact, seamless booking experience, secure and modern technology. The user convenience is one of our main goals because we want to ensure that the front end is extremely seamless, integrated, so that the user don't have any trouble in clicking it and working around with it. And scalability is also a place where, in case of any improvements, it is always ready for future growth. Finally, all in all, this internship was a great impact for us and a really good experience, because we are artificial intelligence students and not used to front end and all these CS based applications. So first time when we study Mernstack, we were able to get like a good basics of how software development works, like what are the front end elements, how do you set up the back end, how do you connect it, how DOM works and all that. So I'm really thankful for your time. Next, we are going to see a demo of the project. So basically, our front end is going to look something like this. So these are our filters, our listings, and just in general, a seamless design. Like if we are able to pick and touch that, we are able to see this dynamic difference. So first of all, like let's say I'm trying to book a place without logging in, and then let's see what happens. So when I go into this, I'm able to see the place, the type of the listing, the reviews, and I say reserve. And at first, it's like, it seems like we are able to book, and I'm like, okay, I have to log in. So as you can see, without logging in, you're not able to book a property. So let's just sign up freshly. I'm gonna do like my name, let's say name for Sneha. If I give a very minimum amount of password, like let's say just 3 digits, it's going to tell you like it is not strong enough. Try doing more. So I'm just putting in like 1 to 6. Sign up failed because I have already established in this email. So as you can see, our email is going to be the unique key. We are not able to repeatedly log in with the same email, like create a new profile with the same email. Since I've already created a profile with that email, I'm not going to be able to create a new one. So I'm giving let's say a new number here, and I'm going to sign up. See, account is being created easily. We are able to see our user details here. So like welcome Sneha. First off, let me give you some idea about our filters. So if this is for a $500 price range, if I'm giving a $310 price range, we are able to see that from 6 listings, currently it has changed down to 3 listings because they charge less than $300 per night. If I was in slightly higher range, I'm going to be able to see one more option. This cozy mountain cabin with $320 per night, and here tropical paradise resort with $380 a night. So, and property types. So let's say I'm going to give you apartment. So this is the apartment option currently that we are having. Then I'm gonna do a cottage, and this is the cottage option. So the type of property also helps us to find out which is our desired location. So guest trains here. Here is a special filter. I think this was very interesting to us and to implement, because like not every place is going to accommodate more than 5 guests. Some resorts have specifically like we can only accommodate 4 guests, we can only accommodate 8 guests. So when we are searching by guest more than guest type, we are able to see, okay, this is allowing. From this, I'm going to give a demo of how we are going to book. Let's pick Bali. Currently, we are having no locations in Bali as per all our filter criteria. So here, that is the interesting part I would like to show you. All filtration is applied at all times unless or until you change it. So as soon as I change it to all types, I'm able to get this option. So let's see for another location, Paris. Paris. So for Paris, we have one property within the range of $380 per hour. I mean like per day, and then 2 plus guests. So I'm gonna book this. So as of now, we can see some design here. Charming converted warehouse and with modern amenities. 5 guests are the max limit for this. With 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, we have more than 95 reviews, and this is hosted by someone of this name. So like, look, let's reserve. So I'm going to be attempting to reserve it for 5 days, and yeah, as soon as I click confirm booking, we are able to see that my booking has been confirmed. I get this message, and this is the total. So, since there is no particular payment element added right now, this just seamlessly works without any issues. As we can see, like there is no currently there's no like banking details, but this is how it works. For this same thing, if I'm trying to, get this is my confirm booking. I'm gonna try to do one more booking. So yeah, and I'm gonna give 5 guests. So once again, you're able to see, and then once I confirm booking, then we are able to see that we have been booked and it's over. So when you click Homely Hub, you're going to be able to go back to the home screen seamlessly, and that is how our project has been applied. So for front end, we used React, and images were outsourced from Google. For back end, we used Express.js, and for database, we used MongoDB. So in MongoDB, as per like every time a new user signs in, the credential is already saved, and for the property details in this calculation, it is all given in Express, and there has been integration for the front end and back end. So yeah, overall, this project was very fun to build, and we gained a lot of experience, exposure. So, when you try to build something from scratch and make it into a whole working project, it is like there is a lot of learning points there. We were able to understand how well to work with Java, how to integrate MongoDB, how to connect the front end and back end, because for us that was the main problem. And for hosting also, we faced a lot of issues. So for hosting, we had to make multiple attempts. All of that were a beautiful learning opportunities for us. We were able to understand how to make an application on hold and how to ensure that it is in a working condition. So yeah, thank you.